During an appearance on CNN earlier this week, Stormy Daniels said that she has had her lawyer talk to the investigators in New York and let them know that she is more than willing and able and ready to go and talk to those investigators about every single thing that she may know that might be of relevance to these investigators. Now, why does this matter? Okay, where does Stormy Daniels fit into anything with the New York investigation? Well, I'm glad I asked. Here it is. We know that Michael Cohen is in jail, or was in jail. One of the things he was sent there for, obviously, was the hush money payment to Stormy Daniels. That was just one of several things that he got busted on. So, what investigators have been looking at as a small part of this New York investigation is how the Trump organization processed that $130,000 payment. That's the key issue here. Stormy Daniels, to be perfectly honest with you, is not relevant to that because she does not have that information. Sure, she could testify, but I'm willing to bet if investigators actually needed her testimony on this, they would have already sought it. And right now she says they have not asked her, but she is willing to go. And hey, that's great. Because she said she wants to, she could tell them, I guess I should say, she could tell them how she was approached about this, what all went down with it, who was what, where were the players, yada, yada, yada. And that may be relevant. I don't know. I'm not a part of the investigation. But what matters is how the Trump organization processed that $130,000 payment. Because Michael Cohen is the one who handed her the check. And as we have known for many years, that check, went through this little holding company that Cohen had. Cohen got reimbursed for it, and it's the reimbursement. Did you try to write it off as actual legal fees? Because if you did, that would be fraud. So that's the relevant piece of information. How did they process that $130,000 hush money payment to Stormy Daniels? And again, as much as I would love for her to go and testify and humiliate Donald Trump, I don't feel like her testimony is necessary in this. Because the only legal question at this point that remains, because obviously we know the FEC is not going to look into this, the only question that remains is how the Trump organization ran that money. How did they write it off? How did they account for it? Where'd the money ultimately end up coming from in the Trump organization bank accounts? Because that is what truly matters. There are certain things that you can write off on your taxes and certain things that you cannot. There are certain things that are legitimate business expenses and certain things that are not. Like paying a former porn actress to not tell people that you had an affair with her several years ago, 4 months after your wife gave birth to your child. That's not a legitimate business expense. And I guarantee you, prosecutors have already looked at this. They have talked to Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen has met with them several times. Cohen has said, he's obviously also cooperating, willing to cooperate. And maybe they call Stormy Daniels, maybe they don't. Honestly, I don't know that she has anything relevant to offer, but Michael Cohen certainly does. He was at the heart of all of it. So if prosecutors needed information from him to find out where that money really came from, where it went, yeah, willing to bet they probably already have that. And if not, they've probably put some phone calls in trying to get that information.